Hi and welcome. So this is a Monday live, not live. This is a pre-record. I'm down in Devon, or going to Devon, for the Two Bridges event this weekend. This week. I usually think of them as weekends. It's Monday to Wednesday. Coming back on Wednesday night, but won't be back in time to do the teams on Wednesdays. So our prize teams is on Thursday this week. The prize teams is on Thursday, so look out for that. That's the last teams before I go on holiday, just for a week. I've got Friday, where we're doing more Stay Manic things, so still using those 2 club bids, etc., to ask for cards in the majors, and then we go on holiday for a week. Nowhere exotic, half staycation, half little trips here and there, so we'll see how that goes. Don't forget the prize draw. Those members, any contact with us at all, give us a review on the holiday site or on the website, send in a hand. We're going to be moving on to safety plays and teams of 4 bridge. Now, safety plays can exist in both pairs and teams, but they're most commonly seen in the game of teams of 4 or Chicago or Rubber Bridge, those kind of games where over tricks are not so important. So that's what we'll be going on to for next month. I'm trying to remember what next month it is. It is July, of course. So yes, we've got this great prize draw, haven't we? Going on to the 2-year anniversary, so we're giving away a weekend for 2, as well as a year's subscription to the website and a couple of £50 vouchers towards holidays. So hopefully you'll be in that draw and have a chance of winning. It'll take place in 2 weeks' time. So not while I'm on holiday, but when I come back. So what is there going on? Well, with the holidays wise, I was looking at this one actually. I rather liked it myself. It's a little bit long for me to be away from home, 34 nights, but it is a chance to experience the autumn or fall, shall we say, in America. So that's one. We've got a whole team on there, a whole team of 4 helpers. So do look at that one. Robin and Hillary, I think, and Elaine, amongst others. So it might even be Leslie Lewis. I might be making that up, but a good team. I think a really good team to have some fun on there. And in England, what we're thinking of is just a couple of events that I've got highlighted here. And one of them in the I nearly said Isle of Man there, but it's not quite that far west. It's in St Anne's. And then you've got me in Grantham there. Okay, that's Grantham on the 5th of August. So 2 nice weekends there. One up in Lancashire and the other one, of course, in Grantham. And I have been promising people that I will try to get further north, so I will look into it. I promise. I have been looking into it, of course, but I will try even harder. Okay. So what we usually do here is we look at our Q plus hand, which of course is the blind hand. Those of you on Friday would have seen it. So let's have a look and see how the auction went here. There was a week 2 against you. 2 no trumps from South. That's us. 3 diamonds from North. 3 spades from South. 4 diamonds from North. 4 hearts. There's a fair few alerts and announces probably here, but I'll let you all try and work out what you think is going on, because that ends the auction. So a week 2 from East, 2 no trumps from South, 3 diamonds, 3 spades, 4 diamonds, 4 hearts. Some of this will depend on your style, and it's a good reason for not asking the opponents what their bids mean during the auction, because you might help them. But at the end of the auction, of course, you can ask what their bids are, but it can help you as a whole trying to get an idea of what's in their hands. So have a think about that. See if you can guess. And we will then look at the seminar. And the seminar today is actually going to be on hands that have been sent in. So hands that have been sent in. And we're going to start with one. I'm just with one that has been sent in by Tim Police. So let's look at that. We'll start with that. So let's have a look. And of course, hopefully, these are on the topic of avoidance play. That's the plan anyway. So we've been talking about avoidance play all month. And the aim is if you think there's a goodie and a baddie, you try to keep the baddie off lead and leave the goodie on lead. Okay, so let's look at this one to start with. Don't forget, as we're going to be using Q+, you may need to adjust your resolution a little bit just to make sure it works okay. So let's look at this one. East and West, thanks for this hand, Tim. And see how the auction went. Or how would you think the auction would go? Well, West has got an easy diamond opener there. Everybody's vulnerable. And a 1 heart response, nice and straightforward. 1 spade, nice and natural. No need to jump at this point in the auction. If partner's very rarely going to pass a new suit, but partner can. Okay, and usually that will be on a misfit with 6 or 7 points, in which case you're happy to be at the 1 level. Here, your partner bids 1 no trump. What do you fancy? I think on a misfit 2 no trumps is probably the best bid here. I have to say, when I gave it to Q+, he bid 3 no trumps. It is 17, it's a nice hand, but these kind of hands you can easily find it's very hard to develop tricks. So you finish in 3 no trumps. And it is South to lead, so let's see what he does. So remember, you are playing as East here. So you're playing as East, so your hand is disguised. One of those nasty hands where you have 8 top tricks, but it looks like a long haul to get a 9th. So you're probably hoping for a 3-3 break in one of the red suits. Given that they've attacked clubs, you're going to be worrying about the club suit. The person who's most likely to be long in clubs is South, but not necessarily, of course, but it's not unreasonable to plan that way. But the only suit I think that you've got any chance really of regulating, as it were, is diamonds. And what do I mean by that? Well, because you've got the ace in the long holding, you might be able to play it when you want to or hold it up when you want to. Whereas in hearts, I think the defenders may well be able to choose who wins the trick more easily. So if we're going for extra tricks, I think I'll try diamonds. And if we're going to try and break communication in clubs, I think we should duck, and you should probably duck the first round of the suit. If they switch to hearts, it might do them well, but I don't think that's going to be easy for either player, unless they've got a Fandevidosi holding in hearts like King, Queen, Jack, 9. But even then, they know I'm going to have the hearts. Remember, East has bid hearts. We have bid hearts as declarer, so it's very difficult for them to want to switch to a suit that we've bid and dummy has the ace in. So I think ducking the first club makes a lot of sense. Let's do that. And a lot of the time, I think they'll continue the suit, because most of the time it's going to be the right thing to do. That's the key. Okay, so we're forced to win that, of course. Interesting, South has played the 2. Lower than the 4, which may or may not suggest a 5-card suit there. I think it probably does. So we're going to try and keep South off lead. We don't have to keep South off lead yet. We are hoping to keep South off lead the second time we're going to need to give the lead away. No point playing spades here. We need those as entries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duck a diamond. I don't mind who wins this one, so let's do that. Okay. North leapt up with the ace there. Interesting. It's not great news because we want to keep South off lead on the next round. No surprise, carries on with the club, and at this point, of course, we can discard a heart. We don't need the hearts, and we don't mind them knowing that it's an easy switch. Okay, if we discarded a heart, well, we couldn't have discarded anything, but if we had a bear ace, they might have been tempted to switch to it because it costs nothing. Here, we duck. And now we're obviously hoping for a 3-3 diamond break here, but we cannot afford South to get the lead, so we lead a diamond. And we would have covered anything South played and then exited, hoping that North had the highest one left. But here, South has played low, so we can just let it run. Okay, we're still not out of the woods yet. We need the diamonds to break, but at least North has won that check. Finally, North switches to hearts, and we have to hope that the diamonds break. Let's have a look. And there they go. Okay, so there's no problems now if we just open up the hands. Clearly all the diamonds have gone, and I hope you can see that we have 4 spade winners there and the 9 and 8 of diamonds, so we can claim the rest and make 10 tricks. Could the opponents have done much there? You can see they've led a club, a normal lead. Heart lead doesn't look good for me, the hand. I mean, from South's point of view, he's putting it East with Jack 10 to 5. From North's point of view, East could have Queen 10 and he could make it easy for Declarer by switching to heart. So I don't think it's easy. When North led the 10 of clubs, I would have won the first trick with the 10. Just to quickly show you that, we saw the first trick went to the 10. It just looks normal to knock out the king. Hoping partner might have an entry somewhere. Okay, just looks completely normal, so they did come back. And the problem South has, how does he get on lead? Luckily for us, South only has 1 high card in diamonds. Remember, if he wins the first diamond, it does them no good at all. There's no use to them at all because both players can play a club at this point. And as it happens, North chose to win the diamond with the king. He was worried about the queen. Okay, it also gets the king out of the way. It might be helpful. However, on the next round, when we led a diamond, South's a bit stuck. If he plays the queen, we play the ace. Can you see that? So that when we won the ace of clubs there and then played a diamond, if South had played the queen there, we win our ace and hope that it's North that wins the third round. We're doing our best to keep South off lead. Okay. If you do switch to hearts at the right time, you're likely to get us down. But if you switch to South clubs hearts too early, you never know, we might be able to establish the hearts. So if we duck a club and you switch to hearts straight away, maybe we win the ace of hearts and play another heart. Can you see that? And you've still got 2 club stoppers left. So it's not easy for the defence to get it right, but they might make 2 hearts, 2 diamonds and a club. I think that's tricky. And as long as we keep South off lead, I think we've got a reasonable chance there. Okay, I've just got to change the configuration here because we are switching to North-South on this next hand, so bear with me. There we go. And we go to the next hand. This one was sent in by Michael Bowden. So let's look at how the auction might go here. East was the opener, passed, we're vulnerable. We have got a 4-3-3-3 hand, and a lot of people have been talking to me about their upgrading and downgrading, and I love you thinking about it. But for me, although I downgrade for the 4-3-3-3, I've got 2 10s here, as well as 3 aces and a king, so I am going to regard this as close enough to 15 points. So it goes a heart, 2 clubs, 2 no trumps. Partner's looking quite strong there. He tries 3 hearts, and I have to say, if we came up with a 4 heart bid or something like that, I think he might even bid a backward bid after that because his hand would be so strong. But obviously we just bid 3 no trumps there. And I think that's enough. I mean, North has a nice hand, but with the singleton jack of spades, it's a little bit of a worry. So we finish in 3 no trumps. I suppose North could have rebid 3 diamonds there, because I think South's going to bid 3 hearts if he's got 5 of them, and that might have exaggerated the spade problem. Anyway, here we go. We're in 3 no trumps because the play is the thing, as they say. And we play the jack from dummy. And the king comes up. So what are you thinking? Well, what we're thinking is we're a little bit worried. However, when you're missing 9 cards in a suit and they haven't bid non-vulnerable against vulnerable, there's a good chance they break 5 and 4. So I think if you hold up your ace here, you're not doing yourself much good. You're still likely to lose 4 spades. However, with the jack falling under the king, if your ace wins this trick, you have a half stopper, don't you? So if your ace wins the first trick, who is the goodie and who is the baddie? Well, I'm putting West with the queen, so if East gets the lead, he can lead through my 10, and it wouldn't be a great surprise to find that West had the queen and 9 to length. And I think if East gets the lead, he can lead straight through my spades. But if West gets the lead, if he leads a spade, my queen and 9 will make. So let's count our top tricks. We have 7 top tricks plus the ace of spades is 8. So we only need 1 more trick. And I think we can find that in diamonds rather than clubs. In clubs, if we take a finesse, if it loses, bang, it comes back through a spade. Whereas if we take a diamond finesse the right way, so let's show you what I mean by the right way. I'm going to cross to dummy and play a small diamond to the 10. It's bad news, it's lost, but what can West do to us? He can do us no damage at all. See what he does? He tries a spade, and that's magic news, isn't it? Because that will be another trick for us. Okay, let's just look at the hands. He's hoping his partner has the 10. He doesn't know who's got the 10. Okay, but instead that runs around to our 8, and we've now got plenty of tricks, and we can take those tricks. Okay, so we've got those 3 diamonds. And now we can take our hearts. Okay, now at this stage, if you've been watching the cards, you'll know that nobody has 3 spades left, so you could actually take a club finesse. Too risky. Okay, here, it's always difficult playing pairs, but you would suggest you feel as though West has probably got a couple of spades left, so if the king doesn't fall, the king isn't there. So you win your ace of clubs and give them the last 2 tricks. Okay, and that's 10 tricks. If we take a normal club finesse there, I hope you can see that. I can just quickly do that for you. If we take a normal club finesse, let's do it. Clearly ducking's not going to work. I hope you're happy with that. Okay, because they both will have a spade left. Instead, if we take a normal club finesse there, which is our best suit, of course, unfortunately, East gets on lead, and what do? If we play the 8, it loses to the 9. And clearly, if we play the 10, it loses to the queen. Okay, and that is the end of that. They take 4 more spade tricks to add to the 1 trick, the king of clubs. Okay, so thank you for that, Michael. And I will move on to the next one. Let's just make sure I've got the hands not open. And this one was a rather nice one sent in by Joy Morris. And obviously, when you send the hands in, you get entered in the prize draw. And it's been nice to have hands sent in by new people. So thank you for this, Joy. And for Michael. Tim has sent the odd one in before, and we got a lot of regulars sending in as well. So let's see how the auction goes here. I think it's quite interesting. 1 club from South, 1 spade overcall, and a normal 2 diamonds, 10 points. Enough to bid 2 diamonds, keeping your bidding natural. 2 spades from East, and now we bid 3 clubs. Pass, North passes. I think he's shown 10 points and got nothing else to show. A bit too flat, really, and certainly no stoppers, so he passes. And we thought 3 clubs was going to win the auction, but then 3 spades crops up. I think we've done enough. Our 3 club bid, I think, probably shows 6 clubs. We didn't need to rebid over 2 spades, so I'm passing. But interestingly, North comes alive. 4 clubs partner, I've got good club support for you. I think it's probably right to compete for the hand. And there you go, you've won the hand. And it looks pretty good, doesn't it? If you can avoid losing either, basically you've got to avoid losing 3 tricks in the red suit. So let's see how the play goes. We're in 4 clubs, ace of spades led. We've got 6 club tricks and 2 diamond tricks, and hopefully we can make some extra tricks in diamonds. Can you see your weak suit? Hopefully you can see that the hearts are weak. If East gets the lead, he can lead through us. And East has shown a pretty weak hand here. He's just raised to 2 spades. He has then chosen to raise to 3 spades later. But that would suggest even weaker. So maybe he's got 4 card spade support and didn't fancy raising high enough the first time. I prefer a dynamic first raise, because if East had been straight to 3 spades here, that would have put a lot more pressure on South's rebid. Okay, but however, he didn't. So the ace of spades win, and the king of spades, no surprise that, so let's rough that. Now, to make our extra tricks, we are going to need to take a diamond finesse, but if that diamond finesse loses, it loses to East. And that would not be nice, because then he can lead a heart back through. So if we could develop the diamonds without losing a trick to East, I think we might be safe, because hopefully if West gets the lead, let's say with a queen of diamonds, then we can hopefully have 2 winning diamonds to discard 2 hearts on. That is the plan. So let's give it a go. We'll play the king of clubs. We'll play just 2 rounds of trumps here. Oh, well, that's drawn them all anyway. So, but I would have wanted to keep the ace as an entry here. I'm going to leave the jack of diamonds, trying to pin the queen. It's worked. Good news. Okay. So now I'm going to lead another diamond. Remember, all the trumps are gone now. Now this is the crucial play, isn't it? Jack, queen, and king have gone. What should you do here? You have to lose a diamond, and the only person who can beat the 10 of diamonds is you, and if you choose to duck this, West will be stuck on lead. Can you see the idea? So if I duck that diamond, I will establish the suit. Okay, there'll only be the 9 missing. Well, I suppose East might discard, in which case I can finesse on the next round anyway. But if East follows, there's only 1 diamond left. So I'm going to let the 10 of diamonds win. Can you see that? Okay. Okay, well, West has chosen a heart anyway. I'm thinking that maybe I've got this set to pairs bridge, teams bridge, because that's a bit of a risk away from the ace. As you'll see, I'll just show you their hands. But there is West, and in the end, he's given us an extra over trick, in fact. I think probably his best bet there is just to cash the ace of hearts. But if you're playing teams, you know, you might as well play a small one to your partner's king, as it were. Here it doesn't work. And the beauty is we can discard all of our hearts. So we end up making with an over trick there. So let's accept that. All those diamonds are winners, and let's just look at the hand. And the key to this hand is actually, the reason I actually liked it in the first place, is that declarer has to play cleverly, but so do the defenders. Okay, so we're going to repeat that. And I'm going to take control of the all of the hands here, and let's see what happens. So West led the ace of spades. As I say, I think a direct 3 spades from East in that auction. I'll just show you that again. A direct 3 spades would have been better. But anyway, ace of spades, king of spades. We rough it. West knows exactly what he wants to happen. He wants a heart lead from his partner. So what we did is we played the king of clubs and then a small club to the 10. And then we chose the jack of diamonds. Queen, king, and can you see the play? West needs to unblock his 10. And if he unblocks his 10, I'm afraid to say we are scuppered. Okay, because when we play a small one there, because West can play small, our only hope now is to play the ace of diamonds and hope that West has the last diamond. Unfortunately, he doesn't. And as you can see, East gets the lead to lead the jack of hearts. And that, unfortunately, takes us 1 down. Okay, that would be 1 down and just the 9 tricks. So it's interesting, isn't it? North is doing an avoidance play, but the defenders, West is thinking, look, I desperately need my partner to be on lead here. If De Cleyre's got the 9 of diamonds, so be it. My 10 is probably going to fall anyway. So I am going to drop that 10 and hope that my partner has the 9 of diamonds. Okay, that is tricky. But if both, it's a wonderful thing when you play a hand of bridge where De Cleyre finds a great play, and so do the defenders as well. Now, I'm not saying everybody's happy, but everybody sort of has a warm feeling that good bridge has been played at the table here. Okay, so, and playing the ace and king of spades is all right. Ace of spades followed by a small one wouldn't have worked because we would have been able to throw our 3rd diamond on the winning spade. Oh, sorry, on the jack of spades, a loser on loser play to arrange things that way. So there would have been a variety of ways to make the contract. Okay, but a good fun hand, and so thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed those ones. They I hope are pretty interesting. Yeah, I hope they're pretty interesting. And we'll see. Next month, of course, we're going on to safety play. Avoidance, not an easy topic, but I'm hoping you've got the idea there, the idea of trying to manipulate your opponents. Okay, let's go back to the Q+ hand here. I've opened them up here, so it's not blind anymore, and let's see if we predicted this when we saw the auction. So East opened a week 2. 2 no trumps should show 16 to 19 points, depending on the way you play it, but a strong, balanced hand with a good spade stopper. Obviously pass from West. And all North did was bid a transfer. Partner, I've got 5 or more hearts. South broke that transfer. So the transfer break, we've discussed that over the last couple of months. A transfer break is basically saying, partner, I've got 4 card support for you. And over a 2-level 2 no trump bid, we generally show a Q bid. So 3 spades would be saying, partner, I've got 4 hearts with you. I'm prepared to go for game even if you're minimum. So probably with a 16 to 19 point hand, you'd probably want to be 18, 19 points here. And as you can see, South is looking at a really good hand. And even with North being pretty weak here, it's not unreasonable to have a go at game. There will be times you've gone too high. Partner might have a 1 count, for example. But, you know, it's not unreasonable. I think most of the weak hands your partner's got, there's going to be a chance of making the game on such a good fit. Now, the next bit depends on the system. So some experts like to play the 4 diamond bid here as what is called a retransfer, which basically says, partner, could you just bid 4 hearts for me? Okay, because I'm weak. And it makes sure the strong hand plays it. Now, you'd need to ask them that, because I quite like playing 4 diamonds as a Q bid and using 3 no trumps. 3 no trump, we're definitely playing in hearts. So there's two bids available here. 3 no trumps. Most experts would play, partner, I love you, the fact that you like my suit. Let's have a Q bidding auction and try for slam. Okay, so would suggest North had a decent hand in the first place. Whereas 4 diamonds for a lot of experts would be partner. I'm just bidding my transfer again, so you can bid 4 hearts. Or you can twist those around. You could have 3 no trumps as partner, I'm weak. Could you just bid my suit? And 4 diamonds as the Q bid. 4 diamonds looks a bit like a Q bid to me, so I think I quite like the 3 no trump bid there as partner, please just bid hearts. However, 3 no trumps maybe gives you a bit more space. So there's swings and roundabouts. What you do at the end of the auction, you can ask your opponents what the 4 diamond bid meant. Don't do it during it, because one of them might think it's a Q bid and the other one might think it's a what's called a retransfer. The idea being that obviously we don't want the 6-point hand down as dummy, so South has got to play the contract in 4 hearts. And as you can see, it's a great contract. In fact, you're going to make an overtrick with quite some comfort, just losing a couple of diamonds. As long as, of course, you pursue your roughs. So don't forget that. So if your opponent led trumps here, the only way of making an overtrick, if you're being greedy, would be to try and rough 3 spades, doing a dummy reversal. And that would be greedy, wouldn't it? But remember, West would be roughing in front of you, so you've got a reasonable chance of being able to do it. So if they led a trump, if you now play on diamonds, surely they'll keep leading trumps. So you'll only make 1 rough, which would mean 1 rough in the south hand, I should say, which would mean you would make 10 tricks in comfort, okay? But you wouldn't be able to rough the 4th diamond. Okay. However, if they lead a trump and you play the ace of spades, rough a spade, club, rough a spade, club, rough a spade, you might get that. Okay, so because of course West is roughing in front of you, and that might allow you to make 3 roughs in dummy to add to your 3 hearts. Your 4 hearts in the south hand is 7, making 11 tricks. Okay, wow. That's a lot to talk about, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed that. What do we finish with? Well, we have got the bidding quiz. So let me show you that. There's your bidding quiz. 1 club from you, 1 spade overcall, 1 no trump from your partner, 2 spades. So you open 1 club, there's 1 spade on your left, 1 no trump from your partner, and 2 spades, and it's your bid. So enjoy that. You can get the answer on the website, whether you're a member or not. So do have a look at that. And let me remind you that you can, of course, go to the holiday site, see all our holidays, and don't forget about joining the club, as it were. Come and join our website. And now it's time for the beginners section. And hopefully a number of you are members on beginners members on our site. Just $4.99 a month gives you access to the Begin software, chance to go all the way through that. And we're collecting these tips for you. And we've got a variety of other things that we're working on, including our weekly bidding quiz. So we're still on opener's second bid. Let's go through it as all. I know it seems a lot to keep going through the same thing, but I'm trying to iterate. So you must plan your rebid. When you open one of a suit and partner responds in a suit, you promise to bid again. Don't think, oh, I don't know what to do, I'll pass. You've promised to, okay? So make sure you do. So with unbalanced hand, what we discussed was this barrier. So 1 club, you open 1 heart, your partner responds, you've promised to make another bid. And as a beginner, I like you to divide your hands into the weak opening hands and the strong opening hands. Your 12 to 15 and your 16 to 19. And what we do is we put a barrier between them. We rebid carefully. With the weaker hands, we show our strength with the stronger ones. And to show your strength, you're on the right-hand side of the barrier. So what is this barrier? Well, the barrier is 2 of your first bid suit. 2 of your first bid suit. So 1 club, your barrier is 2 clubs. So rebidding 1 spade is fine. That's below the barrier, nice and weak. 2 clubs is weak as well, because that is the barrier, that is fine. But anything above the barrier shows a stronger hand and should get partner to bid again. 2 diamonds. 2 spades, that's a jump, we bid of course, and 3 clubs. All of those bids are showing strength. Remember, support bids are different. We've already looked at those. So the 2 heart supporting bid, the weak, 12 to 14 points, 3 hearts would be 15 to 17, and 4 hearts would be 18 or 19. Okay, so we're really looking at rebidding a new suit or your own suit. So let's look at this. This time we've got a slightly longer suit here. So we opened 1 heart with this hand. Partner bids a spade. So 1 heart, 1 spades. What do you fancy with this hand? 12 high card points. No second suit. So I'm just going to rebid my first suit. And I'm going to rebid 2 hearts. Remember, that's the barrier and below. So 2 hearts just shows partner. Got nothing exciting to show you, but I have got lots of hearts. Let's change the hand slightly. Again, you open 1 heart and your partner responds 1 spade. How do you feel this time? Well, 17 high card points with a 6 card heart suit. Here, I think we've got a good way of showing our hand. I want to bid beyond the barrier. I've only got 1 suit to show, so I am going to jump to 3 hearts. Partner, I have 6 hearts in my hand, and I've got 16 or more points. That is a great descriptive bid. You're bidding above the barrier, of course, to show your strength, 16 or more. How about this one? 1 heart, 1 spade, 13 points, 2 clubs. That's comfortable, isn't it? Well, I've given you a little bit more strength here, 17. Now this is interesting because when I teach beginners, I want them to put their hands in boxes and nice and simple boxes. So this hand should be in your strong box. So I'm giving you permission to bid above the barrier. When you learn a little bit more about bidding, sometimes you'll realize the barrier gets blurred. Okay, but we don't need to worry about that now. Here with 17 strong points, I'm going to jump to 3 clubs. So as I say, those of you watching as an intermediate or a normal player, you may think, oh wow, I'm not sure I would have bid that. You're quite right. Okay, but as a beginner, it's important just to put those hands in the boxes and try to get the hands off your chest, as it were. So 3 clubs above the barrier, partner, I am strong. Bidding above the barrier shows strength, 16 or more. So let's look at an example of a hand where you bid together. 1 heart, 1 spade. This is the hand where we jump to 3 clubs to show 16 or more points. Don't forget, we've just seen that hand. And if you know your partner's got 16 or more, then holding 10 of your own points, you would feel you're going to gain. Now, which game do you think you're going to finish in? Well, you've got spades and diamonds. Your partner has hearts and clubs. So surely it's probably reasonable to think that with no fit between you, you should be playing in no trumps. So you bid 3 no trumps. There's no doubt that East is weak in clubs and hearts, but his partner's bid both suits. So therefore you can surely rely on him to have those covered. And 3 no trumps should be reasonably straightforward. You have 4 club tricks as long as you're careful there, cashing the queen and jack to unblock them. You've got 2 diamonds, and the first thing you will do in your contract is play a heart to knock out the ace. Excuse me. Because if you can knock out the ace of hearts here, you'll make 2 extra tricks at least from your 2 high cards. And that will be 7 top tricks, and 2 extra tricks would be a lovely night. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Again, going over and over the planned rebid. Understanding that we have to plan it, knowing that if we've got support, we can use our support table. If we've got a balanced hand, we can use our balanced hand table. And if we are unbalanced, then we use the boxes, the weak box and the strong box and understand where your barrier is. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you again in a couple of weeks. Don't forget, I'm on holiday next week. Have a good time. See you soon.